Welcome back. We here at Late Night have a lot of expenses, and to cover the cost, I'm ashamed to say that we sometimes take on some sponsors that are pretty terrible, sponsors we're not proud of, but because we took money from them, we now have to mention them on air. So I'd like to apologize in advance because Late Night is brought to you tonight by Opossum Burgers. Love the rich, savory taste of opossum, but the doctor ordered you to cut down on marsupial meat? Then try Opossum Burgers. They taste so much like a possum, they leave you saying, ugh, that tastes like a possum. Late Night is also brought to you from the makers of Swiss cheese comes Swiss masks. The only COVID-19 mask covered in holes. Breathing is a bliss with a mask that's Swiss. If you hear Amber laughing, she wrote it. Also, now that's what I call bagpipes. Do you love all the top hits of today but wish you could hear them performed on bagpipes instead? You do? Well, you're in luck. With Now That's What I Call Bagpipes, you get The Weeknd, Ariana Grande, Dua Lipa featuring DaBaby, Megan Thee Stallion, and more. The Queen's Gambit, the home game. Does your wife love the Queen's Gambit? Did you forget her birthday? Well, you're in luck. Simply download and print out our logo, and then tape it to an old chess set, box it, wrap it, give it to your wife, and make it through another one of her birthdays by the skin of your teeth. The Queen's Gambit, the home game. The present that will make the present that will make your wife say, "Oh, you guys, this is exciting." We're also sponsored by Candoms. If you're like me, you can't stop dwelling on your sexual carbon footprint. Well, now there's Candoms, the only condom made from recycled cans. Candoms are 100% recycled aluminum and over 5% effective. Candoms, reduce, reuse, redoink. Crack open a Candom. We're also brought to you by Chandeliers. All the thrill of a great Shonda Rhimes drama now hanging above your head in your living room. This gorgeous crystal chandelier could collapse at any moment, destroying your life, family, and home. Revel in wondering, while you lay there blading, who planned this? The feds? The president? Enjoy the high of being rushed to the hospital, knowing you're just the B story of this episode, and that one or all of the ER doctors might be too wrapped up in their own juicy affairs to save your life. Chandeliers, because your death would make for a great story. And don't forget about Maker's Mark and the Funky Bunch. The only small batch bourbon whiskey that comes with the red wax seal and Mark Wahlberg's backing band from the early 90s. Maker's Mark and the Funky Bunch, the smooth drinking whiskey that will make you
feel the vibration.
Ashtrays. Don't put your cigarette out in there. Or do, you little freak. We're also brought to you by Antifa, the leftist group of aunts who do not care for statues of Confederate generals. That's how you say it, right? I'm just afraid some are here. But they do want to knit you a sweater. Antifa. They're not going to overthrow the government until they've seen Phantom of the Opera again. Are you looking to tell your friends that you booked some celebrities for an event but don't have a lot of money? Well, you're in luck. Cedric the Rapper and Chance the Entertainer are just two dudes who sound famous, but really, they just aren't very good at rapping or entertaining. Cedric the Rapper will perform all of his best songs, like My Name is Cedric and Cedric's Rap and no other ones. While Chance the Entertainer will woo partygoers with his sleight of hand. Impress your friends and your wallet with Cedric the Rapper and Chance the Entertainer. And finally, we're brought to you by ibuprofen, the only goddamn medicine that works every time. I don't give a who you talk to. This mother pill will knock your ass into next week. It's ibuprofen, bitches! That's it for our bad sponsors. Now here are the good ones.